everybody and welcome back to another On The Table episode, guys. So, what have I got in my ever decreasing workspace? I now have this much area pretty much. I try and tidy up, guys. I try and tidy up, but it just doesn't happen. There's just shit everywhere still. I just can't even do it. I can't even do it. But anyway, yeah, by the way, this is not blood, this is Tamiya Clay Red, guys. I still have all my digits firmly attached. I'll show you what I've been doing with that in just a little bit. Anyway, let's crack on. I've got a couple of things to show you this week. Sorry there's not been that many videos being cranked out recently. I've been suffering from a little bit of burnout. God damn it, this light is so stupid. It's not even providing me any decent amount of illumination at the moment. But anyway, sorry, I digress. Yeah, guys, a combination of things. Me running out of certain paints and Conan Exiles, and also just being a bit burnt out from the hobby have all culminated to a bit of a slow progress of videos as of late, and I will address some more on that in a little bit. But firstly, we're going to be looking at some stuff that I've been doing with the Primaris. Not really done all that much. I've basically primed them, given them a base colour, and then a base wash. But they took it really, really well. I love just seeing a wash go onto miniatures. It's really, really nice. It just makes everything just look that much more, a little next step ready to be completed. I'm going to be going with like a grey and yellow scheme for these Space Wolves, so grey armour with yellow trim, because I like grey armour. I think it looks awesome, especially when you wash it up and it turns out like this. Really, really pleased with the way it's going so far. Not done an awful lot. I kind of sprayed the heads as well that I was going to use. I might not use the Blood Angels one, might use the Bald Guy, and I might use the Space Wolf one there, plus the others that I've got on this cork here that I showed you last time. I especially like that angry Space Wolf head. He's very shouty. He's a very angry, shouty man. But yeah, so that's what I've got planned there. And I'll be honest with you, these guys are probably going to get put on the back burner for a little bit because the new Death Guard Codex is coming out soon and Mortarion looks amazing. It's got to be said, oh shit, the bed, I've just realised I've just fucking left a paintbrush in the water and it's one of my good Broken Toad ones. Fuck everything to shit balls, fucking cunt wank. Anyway, sorry, it's a really convoluted episode, this one. But yeah, so I'm going to be putting the Space Wolves on the back burner because the new Death Guard stuff is coming out. And then in October, there's been announced that there's going to be a new Mechanicum book coming out with juicy new rules and various other bits and bobs. And I hope to God that they finally put Mechanicum transports in. Please. Mechanicum need tanks and vehicles. You'd think, being the fucking Mechanicum, they'd be able to have fucking tanks and shit like that. It's just a pain in the ass. They don't have anything. They don't have access to the standard stuff that the rest of the Imperium bloody has. Wow, this is like a ramble and a show and tell and on the table episode. But yeah, so Space Wolves getting put on the back burner for a little bit because I've got Death Guard stuff. Speaking of Death Guard stuff and all things nurgly, I've actually got a bunch of Boxwalkers that I've pretty much completed, and here they are. Yes, it's a great big mosh pit. It's like they've all been listening to Slipknot and they've gotten really drunk. Yes! I know where you plague me. I know where you plague yourself. That was my amazing rendition of My Plague by Slipknot, which was made famous by having it in the very first Resident Evil movie, if you didn't know. But anyway, guys, so these are some classically painted zombies, what I feel. I kind of have to zoom out a little bit because there's that many of the little bastards. It really reminded me of painting up zombies when I had my Vampire Counts army. I'll address that Vampire Counts army again sometime in a video. I think some of you guys have already heard that I had one, but I'll come back to that in a later video, I suppose. But yeah, really, really cool, really, really nice to do. I thought I was going to go insane with them, but the fact that I kind of made them having different skin tones and stuff like that, it actually made them a little bit easier to paint. It wasn't overly mind-numbing. I kind of did 3 major skin types. We have a fleshy one, a green one, and then a mouldy green one. So the fleshy ones being that type of one. The green ones being that type of one there in the middle, guys. And then the slightly mouldy looking ones being... let's have a look if we can get on. This guy here. this chapo right here when he would focus. Focus. Focus, my camera's struggling. Nearly. God damn it. There he is, being the slightly mouldy green one right there. And as you can see, we've also got some really cool blood splatters and stuff all over them. I kind of did that again with the Tamiya Red. That's why it's all over my desk, because I was having to use like an old toothbrush to basically splatter it. I didn't want to go in with a brush really, because I wanted to avoid the effect of kiddie blood, which is when you have just too much gore over stuff. So some of them have got like bloody faces, some of them haven't, some of them have got like bloody guts and things. But they look really, really cool, and they're going to look even cooler when they're in a nice big zombie horde all together with my other Boxwalker zombie stand-ins as well. They just look really, really cool. I freaking love these guys. Yeah, so these are Mantic zombies. I think it's like 27 quid for, I think it's 40 or 50 of them. It's a lot of zombies anyway, what you get for the price, like a lot of zombies, and you know, you can't really fault them. There's not too many positions and poses you can put them in, but if you vary the colour scheme like I've done here, you know, you can get some pretty unique ones. By the way, if you didn't know, the ones that are like have like the pustule on the back, that's green stuff if you can't tell there, guys. I decided to do that again to make them look a little bit more virulent, a little bit more diseasey, a little bit more slightly on the ill side. Green around the gills, we'll say. They look a little bit more green around the gills, or pussy around the ball sack, whatever you want to say. Whatever you want to call it, really. But yeah, so I've kind of got a dual purpose for these. It's going to be interesting trying to base a lot of them, because some of them have got like slotters and some of them have got regular bases. But I might be going back to doing a Kings of War army, because I realise I've got a shit ton of zombies and a shit ton of like undead looking things. So I was thinking to myself, well, my local hobby store has been thinking about running Kings of War, so I might get into some Kings of War undead. So you're probably going to see these guys popping up again in a wizard sleeve video. Speaking of sleeves, he's actually got one arm. I didn't even realise I would have painted him, but it looks good, so I'm going to keep him like that. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, so these guys are going to pop up in another video once I decide on how I'm going to base them. I think it's going to involve magnets and multi-base movement trays in some way. But yeah, these guys, really, really cool. They were fun to paint, didn't go insane, and that is good. Now, we're going to show you, so now we've done 40k stuff. I think what I'm going to do now, rather than doing like an episode on like 40k and an episode on Star Wars, I think I'm just going to mingle them in as to what I've literally done in order. So we're going to put this mosh pit of zombies away. If I can't do it, if I don't drop any! Fuck, don't drop any! There you go, you can live in the corner if I decide to base you. You can go up on the shelf of basing purgatory later, I suppose. Yeah, so, who wants to see my big red rocket? Giggity.
Oh yeah, giggity, that's the big red rocket. It's oh god. That one is also sexual.
So yeah, this is my big red rocket. This is the Croc Cruiser, or the Croc Cruiser, as I like to abbreviate it as. Pretty much done. Got a few little touch-ups to do, but looking really, really cool. A really, really big epic ship from Star Wars. I've not done the bottom of it because I'm lazy. Yeah, painted up quite nicely. I kind of put off doing this for ages because it was just like, it just looks too red. It's just too much of a big red rocket. You know what I mean? It just looked a bit too phallic and a bit too like a freaking dog's dick. But anyway, so I kind of wanted. It's really weird with this because it didn't go out how I intended. I wanted it to be all red with like slight little bits of like the cream paneling and stuff, but it just looked too red. So we've got two like cream engines here. I've not done like the gubbins and the worky bits yet. This is going to get like a nice silver rim to it, and it's going to get a nice heat sustain effect on there, as well as like the guns and stuff underneath. And I'm probably going to do the underneath of this one because it is such a large ship. Like the edges and stuff, they're going to get touched up again. But yeah, it was just too red. So I did the cream here, and then I just did one cream alternating one here, just because again it looks a little bit more random and a little bit more ragtag. Kind of left some of the paneling and stuff a little bit more cream, a little bit. I actually used the airbrush off spray here to my advantage to kind of give just a less uniform look. So rather than it just being block of colour, it actually has a slight gradient to it, which looks quite decent. We got this now. This turned out really, really well on the decal that is again the inside part of some labels. course. And we've got some, like, damage here, which is where the wash didn't sell properly, and I actually wiped it off my hand by accident, but I really like the way it turned out. The shipping containers, we've got some random colours of shipping containers, and they turn out again quite nice. I'm going to go quite heavy with the effects on this one, I think, with like the rust and stuff, because I imagine such a big ship wouldn't be able to be repaired as often. And then on the other side, we've got kind of like more of the same. It looks really, really cool, although I have no idea why this thing needs like 3 radar dishes. It's crazy. You'd think it would have more guns than radar dishes, but at the same time, it is just a cruiser. It is just a literal transport. But I've yet to use it in a game yet, but I want to get it fully painted before I do, so that should be pretty cool. Another thing that I actually got done was my Protectorate. Where are you? Wherefore art thou? Yeah, I went out and bought another Protectorate Starfighter, because they're really, really good in 3s, and they just wreck shit, just wreck face. Here he is. Let's get him out of my my dedicated X-Wing carry case, which I have, which is basically a box that I bought. But yeah, so here he is. This is another Protectorate Starfighter. Really, really cool. I like the way I did it. Wow, my light is really being a shit at the moment. Can I make that any better? Probably not, I don't know. But yeah, so here is the Protectorate Starfighter. Really liked the way I did the decals on this, although it winds me up that they're not centralised. But it's done now, and I'll be damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm not going to go back into redo that. I'm not spraying the whole thing again because I'm lazy and can't be arsed. And once it's done, it's fucking done. But yeah, so I actually got the moment on tape where I released these. I removed the decals. I actually on tape, on memory card, on video. I got them on there, so I'll play that for you now, guys, because it was a glorious moment. Oh, time to take these decals off. Oh, the magic moment. Let's get rid of these decals, these stickers. Oh, oh, oh. Yes! Now the paint is coming away. I'll just use that as battle damage, but oh god, that's so good. Now the other one. Let us remove this decal. Oh, yes! Yes, look at the crisp line! Oh, yes! Now that looks absolutely amazing. Apart from this shit here, but this is going to get battle damaged up. Oh, juicy. And now with that slightly orgasmic bit of footage being over, I'll show you the rest of it. So he looks really, really cool. He's got a slight shine to him because I use this crystal clear kind of matte, semi-matte, is it satin? Crystal clear. It's a clear. It's a semi-gloss. So it's supposed to be a satin finish, but it's not. It is a fairly decent glossiness. And even when you hit it with a wow, this is like really fucking. Can I boost the light power on this? Barely. I'm about to run out of recording time, so I'm going to have to wrap this up really quick. But yeah, guys, so it's a case of, it came out quite shiny, but I kind of like the look of it. It adds a nice little look of battle damage to it and stuff. With the, I used like a silver with like a rust wash and then a bit of Nuln Oil over it again. But yeah, it looks really, really cool, and I enjoyed painting it. And they only take a little short amount of time. I didn't do the underneath again because I'm a lazy fuck. Yeah, it only takes a small amount of time to do these little ships, and they're quite nice to just paint up on their own. But yeah, so I'm just going to pause this second, and I'm going to just make some more recording space on the camera. One sec. Okay, now I've actually made some more recording time. Wow, why has it gone really yellow now? I've just lost my lights, basically. Fuck's sake. You have to do loads of fucking about with the images in post. Anyway, so, I digress. Yeah, sorry about that. I had to delete some more video, because I don't delete the footage regularly enough. But anyway, I'm going to show you the last Star Wars ship that I've done now, and it is, I think now, my definite favourite now. I've played it a few times. The Houndstooth. Finally finished painting this beast up. This was an awesome ship to paint. It painted up really, really nicely. I liked it a lot. It's a case of, we got some really cool little decals on the wings. that is what I like, and I've had loads of awesome comments how they really like this wing and like how this has been done like in particular. I also like how I did like the more subtle decals here, and no one's really picked up on it, but I noticed it and I really like it. Really good battle damage on this. Really like the way it all turned out with the scuffs and scratches and dings and stuff like that. In regards to gameplay, this ship is really, really good. I like it a lot. The 180-degree firing arc is really cool. It basically means that you can basically just broadside stuff and just blast the shit out of people. You equip a heavy laser turret on this, and it shoots 4 shots. They can't crit or anything, but they can all hit, which is really, really good. It's quite a damaging ship, especially when you give it some awesome, cheesy crew members. But yeah, anyway, that's the Houndstooth. Quite the most bizarre-looking ship, but definitely my favourite large ship in X-Wing so far, unless they bring anything new out. But yeah, guys, so that's pretty much it for this episode. Now, I'm going to have to say goodbye for a little bit. Now, don't go mad. Basically, I put an announcement out on my Facebook page, so not all of you will have had a chance to see it, because I know not all of you are are on the Facebook page. I'm going to be stopping videos for a little while. Right? There's nothing to worry about, nothing to panic about. Everything's going all right. I'm not closing the channel or anything. I'm literally just going to take a break for a couple of weeks, just because I'm feeling really burnt out of the hobby at the minute. And plus, obviously, I'm getting married in like 7 weeks' time, so the stress of that is slowly starting to mount up. There's literally a case of I need to take some time, recharge my batteries. I've got a couple of weeks off work as well. In fact, I've got in a few weeks' time, I've got a week off work, so I might get some more content out then. I'm just going to take it easy for a little bit. I just need some time to recharge my batteries and just get my creative juices back again. Don't worry, I will definitely be back, guys. And I've got ideas what I want to do. It's just finding the get up and go to actually do them. As I've said before, I might be starting Kit Up Kings of War again, so you might see some Wizard Sleeve episodes popping back up on the channel. But anyway, guys, yeah, so I'm going away for a couple of weeks. Don't worry, I'm still going to be posting little updates on the Facebook page, so if you haven't got the Facebook group, go. It's in the link in the doobly-doo down below, right there. That way you can get your little fixes of Enter the Wolf Tie, even though I'm not producing any content for a week or two. But anyway, that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see in this video, please leave a comment, again, in the doobly-doo down below. You can, what do you like about the big red rocket? What do you think of the multi-base zombie idea? Just let me know what you think. Or if you just want to say hey, just say hey. I'm probably going to get loads of comments just going, hey, now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. For all you new guys that have subscribed, hello, thank you, welcome to the Pleasure Dome, and hopefully I'll see you guys in future videos. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up now. Thank you ever so much for watching. As always, guys, I do these videos for you, really. I don't do them for myself. As a case, I do them for you. So yeah, don't worry, I'll be back soon. See you now, and goodbye.